for our multiple platforms, and welcome to the show.
See you. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday. Pay it forward Friday, we're seizing the day. Digital finance, underneath of love, serving food for what goes to rising as read and it's Eastern on P2G TV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
Suki, hey. It's Breakfast with the Thomases, and I'm your girl, El Ruby T. I'm here with my babe, Mr. Thomases, in the house.
Yes. As I'm Thomas Gold Banker coming to you live 1 gram at a time. Happy Friday, and pay it forward Friday is what it really is. Pay it forward Friday is what it is.
It really is. I'm excited about. Give me a second. We right. Make sure everybody gets to see and hear this. All right, Mr. Thomas, I'm in the house. You got me in the house on the other side. On the other side.
Yes, indeed. And we got a great show today. We got some great information. There's some realities being brought to the surface, and everyone needs to be paying attention because right now all they're putting out there is fear and scaring people. You need to know what's at the base of all this and how you can choose to react, or I choose to react how they want you to react. The choice is all yours. Truly, the choice is all yours.
That's right. So if you see me a little fidgety, it's just because I'm making sure that everybody can get into this space. We have multiple platforms today. We want to thank everybody coming from pretty much all over. Stereo, Clapper, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as Twitch. I'm really excited. Right now, we don't got our Instagram game up. I'm working on that. I'm loving this whole process of streaming in multiple places, but even more so, I'm excited about bringing you updated information on how to move forward in this new changing economy. What we do on Breakfast with the Thomases is a family conversation that may or may not be taking place in your world live. And it's a conversation most of us need to have, not just y'all, because we're having it now. This conversation has been rolling around for us for about 5 or 6 years now. And so it's not just been a conversation. We've been in the space of building in this process, trying to help others get start with building, because life has gotten as hard as we said it would, y'all, and it's gotten much worse than we thought. It's sped up beyond that. We expected some of this stuff to show up 10 years from now. We're at the 5-year mark and really 3-year mark from when we talked about it. The world is shifting, and really, to be honest, it's not the end of the world. It's just a shift from what we're used to. And we've got to get good with adapting and building in new spaces with new things. Mr. Thomas?
Yeah, and I gotta definitely co-sign that statement, because what you realize is the game is at foot, but what's being played is your finances are being put into a position where that you will no longer have control of them, and the oligarchs, or the 1%, as most of us normally call them, the 1% are positioning themselves to maintain control of the financial system, no matter which direction it goes in. And at P2G, our conversation is to have you position yourself to think like the 1%.
Exactly.
Not wait for the other foot to fall. If that makes sense to you guys, that's what we really want to get across to you.
He means the other shoe, y'all. That's what's up. All right. So with that, we'd like to bring you some new information. Hold on a moment. Got a little message from my sister.
Grand rising.
Love it.
Love and light.
Yes. Love and light, sis. let us know. You coming up, you're gonna be in the conversation today. I'll bring you up. Let me just put it in. I'm making sure that everybody gets to do what we got to do today. Because we're talking, this is a chat. You all can get in. This is not something that is just for Mr. Thomas and myself. You all should be here in the space.
And you should be here for your point in the conversation, because not everyone in this conversation is on the same page. But we can all be, you can elevate yourself to the conversation and share. If you have knowledge to bring to the platform, the Thomases don't know everything. We never complain. We always tell you, when we tell you something, don't believe us. Go do the research.
Do research, yes, please. It's not about believing us or following the Thomases. It's about joining the community of growth and educated, knowledgeable action. Okay, knowledgeable action being the biggest word, actions. People who take action are making changes, creating things in their life. And a lot of folks who are close to you are not going to see your change until they see your change. For us, it's very quiet. We keep it quiet, what we're doing for ourselves, but we are in the process right now with working with people. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for more people, by the way, to work with in that privacy space. Right now, we're teaching how to see the world around you. Because currently, your pictures that you've all been given of the world around you is not very appealing, not very positive, leads to poverty. You know, I started seeing what I knew was a definite sign was when I started seeing surges on how to make money, how to make a lot of money fast, how to make money with this, how to make money with that. I've only seen that happen a couple of times in my life because I've been around for a while. And when you get a chance, especially when you've been in a place of awareness, you get a chance to see how things work and ask new questions. So with that, we bring you into Breakfast with the Thomases. So let us give you some information to go on. You guys know that we share with you about silver and gold. By the way, we do not sell silver and gold. This is not a conversation to buy from us. What I want to share with you all is to answer to the question, how do you use it? What is it good for? Why would I use it? Pay attention in this video to the conditions of the world around you as you're listening to what's going on. So let's get it popping.
Gold or silver? Which one should you own? Which one will protect your wealth? This is the number one question you ask me, and today I am here to answer it with proof. But first, let me ask you a question. Why are you buying gold and silver in the first place? No, really, what is it that you are concerned about? Is it inflation eroding the purchasing power of your savings? Is it the collapse of confidence in the US dollar and US debt that will give way to hyperinflation and eventually a currency revaluation? Or are you speculating? Because gold and silver aren't just investments. Yes, they have done extremely well in the last year, up 64 and 122%. But gold and silver have very different functions. And those functions become extremely important, especially when paper currencies start to fail. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how both gold and silver function during hyperinflation so that you can make the most informed decision to protect your wealth against what's coming next. But before we can dive into those specifics, it's important to first understand what exactly a currency reset is, where we are in the timeline today in the United States, and what's coming next. A currency reset is both a process and an event, where the government or central banks change the rules of the system, usually by devaluing through inflation, revaluing the currency, or outright replacing it to deal with too much debt, overprinting, and a collapse of confidence. Sound familiar? During a currency reset, you can expect to see prolonged inflation, giving way to hyperinflation, where prices rapidly rise overnight, and eventually an official devaluation or revaluation of the currency by decree, where the fiat currency is essentially worth nothing, just the paper it's printed on. But these resets don't happen overnight. In fact, here in the United States, the reset has been going on for years, dating back to 1913 with the Federal Reserve's creation. The US dollar has lost roughly 97% of its purchasing power. But that wealth didn't just disappear. Wealth never disappears. It merely changes hands, meaning that through inflation, that wealth is taken from the many and transferred to the few. But just like every currency reset throughout history, it starts slowly and then accelerates. Here in the United States, you can think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill, gaining speed, gaining momentum until eventually it can't be stopped. In fact, since 2020, nearly 30% of the money supply has been created just in the last 5.5 years. We are entering the next phase, but the real danger is that most of the time hyperinflation hits much faster than anyone's prepared for. So today we are going to look at a real world modern example of hyperinflation. No, I'm not going to show you Weimar Germany, although I have before, and it is the most famous example for a reason. But today we are going to look at an example much more closer to home, Venezuela. Once Latin America's richest country, years of U.S. sanctions, terrible management, oil price swings, corruption, all led to massive overprinting and borrowing, which of course led to inflation and eventually hyperinflation, where prices rose rapidly at their peak, reaching 43,000% annual inflation, with 1 cup of coffee costing 1 million bolivars. Now, it's easy to think that something like this will never happen in the United States, but that's exactly what every country thinks before it does. The parallels are there. And when hyperinflation gets this bad, that's when countries typically issue a new currency in an official currency revaluation, devaluation, or what we often refer to as lopping off zeros. We've seen it time and time again. In Brazil with the real, in Mexico with the nuevo peso. And it works like this. Imagine having $1 million in your bank account. You go to bed Friday night, not concerned about that account, but overnight, the US government decrees that they're going to lop off 3 zeros, essentially a 4-to-1 reset to the new currency. So you wake up Saturday morning, check your account, and you only have $1,000. Now, how could this possibly be? Wouldn't this be illegal? You would think so, but when a fiat currency is only backed by the faith and credit of the government, it is within their right to do anything they want to. Now, most people think that they'd be able to time this, that they'd be able to see the signs. But throughout history, what we know is that hyperinflation happens very quickly. And these desperate measures, they want to catch people unaware because they're not trying to save you and your wealth. They're trying to save their system. Now, in Venezuela, things got so bad that they ended up having multiple new currencies issued, multiple revaluations over the years. In fact, I call it 14 zeros in 13 years. Now, these numbers are so big, it's almost impossible to imagine, but go with me here because I broke it out year by year so you can see. Imagine you had $100 trillion back in 2007. But as inflation is running rampant in 2008, the government decides they're going to lop off 3 zeros. Okay, so now what does that mean? Well, you're left with $100 billion. You went from 100 trillion to 100 billion. That is a massive chop. Then they lop off another 5 zeros, leaving you with $1 million. But they're not done yet. In 2021, they did another reset. This time, they lopped off 6 zeros, leaving you with $1 over the course of those years. 100 trillion to $1. I mean, most of us don't have 100 trillion, so you would have been wiped out long before even the last currency revaluation happened. But the point here is that anyone who stored their wealth in the fiat currency was left with nothing. And that doesn't even take into consideration the raging inflation and hyperinflation that's happening around this outside of the official revaluations. So not only are you waking up and having your zeros lopped off, but you also are losing your purchasing power in live time. That is how serious these situations get. So we understand that about fiat currency, but what about silver and gold? Let's start with silver. Now, if we take the most recent hyperinflation period in Venezuela, it's roughly 2018 to 2021, we can look at silver on a chart and see that it surged in just 3 years to 84 million per ounce. Now, you have to remember that during this time, a cup of coffee was costing roughly 1 million, right? So 84 million might sound like a lot. It's a lot better than the fiat currency, don't get me wrong. but it's not going to make you extremely wealthy, right? What it's going to do is it's going to allow you to survive. That's going to be able to feed your family. That's going to allow you to barter, to exchange, to trade, to purchase as your daily driver, things that you need to live. You're going to feel a whole lot better if you have silver in your hand than a worthless piece of paper. But those with gold, now they, on the other side of the reset, were able to survive. In the exact same time period, if you look at gold per ounce, gold reached 5.7 billion per ounce, right? We're talking again about physical gold here, reaching 5.7 billion. Now, this is not only going to allow you to survive through the reset, but it's going to allow you to thrive through the reset, creating opportunity on the other side. Now we're talking about the ability to purchase property or businesses or whatever you want to do with your gold that's going to be big picture, creating that generational wealth. And this is just one example of currency resets throughout time. We here at ITM study currency resets. There have been many, and they always follow the same pattern. Now, if you want to learn more about these currency resets throughout history, we have over 100 years of data in a free resource you can download. It's called the Build to Endure report. I personally love it. I wish something like this were available to me when I first started researching all of this myself. You can download your copy by scanning the QR code, or there's a download link below. Again, it's completely free. But this goes back to why I asked you, why are you buying gold and silver? What is it that keeps you up at night? See, it's easy to get caught up in both silver and gold as an investment or a short-term trade. But the way I view gold and silver, right, this is going to be my insurance policy. This is why I'm buying it, is for what is happening right now. We are living through a global monetary reset. That's because the dollar is the global reserve currency. And we are living through a currency life cycle of the dollar, right? We know that we are in inflation right now, but things are accelerating every day with more printing being announced. We know that there are less buyers of U.S. debt. This is an accelerating crisis. So for me, I can sleep well at night knowing that I own both gold and silver, and I understand the function of both. Exactly. Now, I know this is a lot of different information probably than you're used to hearing. If you have any questions about any of this, or you yourself don't have a strategy yet that involves both gold and silver, call us at the number below or scan the QR code to set up a time to talk to one of our expert analysts. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I know I would. They are terrific at walking people through the currency reset and how you can protect yourself. Again, with both gold and silver, I own both. So you're probably asking, okay, well, what's the answer? Which one should I own? How much of each? My personal answer is that I own both gold and silver. But again, I understand the function of both. And it all comes back to, what am I preparing for? What are...
Okay. All right. One, I want to just say thank you so much to ITM Trading because that, like she said, I wish I had this when I started, y'all, 5 years ago. I wish I had all of this, but I was blessed to be able to join. Welcome to everybody, by the way, everybody. Grand Rising. Welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases. This is the information before application so that we can get that elevation on the real. This is Breakfast with the Thomases, and you are on the Pay It Forward Friday program. So you better sit down and come get what we got to give, because it's a gift. Right.
Amazing information today. She hit on a couple, a lot of key points, and that I want to keep it very simple for people. I don't want to. I could go down a rabbit hole very easily. I can go down a rabbit hole.
Don't do it.
No. But what I want to tell you, one of the things that screamed volumes is having gold and silver are your insurance policies. You know, we got car insurance, we got homeowner insurance.
Yeah.
On the cusp of if something happens. No one ever said we should protect protect our personal monies in case something happens. That was never a conversation in school. It's not a conversation when you go to the banks. Where does that, where are you positioned at when it comes to protecting your wealth and your financial system?
Now, I can tell you right now, a lot of y'all, I know some people are like, well, I have insurance and I have business insurance. How does that pay? What does it pay out? See, I think nobody gets that. Y'all keep talking about and we get these conversations where folks like, yo, it's okay because I got this and I'm insured and I got this account, guarantee this. There's not a guarantee. If you got anything guaranteed, they lied to you. I'm telling you right now, they lied to you. Anybody that says they got to guarantee anything, run the other way. I'm just letting you know. There are no guarantees. The one thing I know there is a guarantee in, gold and silver, physical only. Why? Because as long as you hold it, you own it, and the value is real across the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can't agree with you more. You can, some of every bank is covered by an insurance company. And one of the things you got to realize is when they pay each other. If the banks, the insurance companies go to the banks to pay you in this fiat currency, but if there's no fiat currency available to pay out on your insurance policy to get money, what are you going to do then? Where are you at really?
Thomas, I think you completely missed the whole point there. Okay.
Sorry.
Look, let me try this one for you. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this is how we get down. I'm sorry to cut your wisdom, my brother, but you missed the point. It still pays in the thing that has no value. So it doesn't matter if they have it or not. You still get paid in the very thing that lost the value in the first place.
So
we're not talking about a bank going down. We're talking about the money not being worth anything. Now, I just got to ask the question. How many of y'all already feeling that? Like the amount in your pocket right now ain't worth what it used to be just a couple of months back. I'm putting it out. Y'all go ahead and answer. Y'all can answer in the comments or put a bubble up or whatever you do to answer or interact. But let me know. Let me know if everything feels like it's like back in the day when the money, when we could buy a bunch of stuff for 20 went a long way. Come on now. Don't do that. I think it's still illegal to destroy money on TV. They're question 20. I'm like, brother, you better hold on to that. That's so precious. It's so precious.
But it's that serious, though. It's really that serious. You go to the store today, and what you could buy. I'm not even going to say 20 years ago. 5 months ago is extremely changed. We just went through a whole thing, and people were talking about our dollar isn't going as far as it used to be. Where did you think it was going to go? If inflation is at a high, they say things were going to change anyway, and inflation was going to rise anyway. How much more? If inflation rises, prices rise, the value of the product goes down.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple economics.
Also, the quality has been changing.
That's a whole nother thing.
No, it's not really. It all goes together, sweetheart. We have to realize it costs money to create the products you buy. So not only does the products go up and the quality go down, because it costs everything, every part of it costs money. We've been taught consumerism so long, we don't know crap about supply. We don't know crap about supply chain. We don't understand what ingredients look like. When the ingredients go up,
Yep.
price of the cake goes up. But then wait, because butter costs way too much, so margarine is starting to look good. You
Yep.
understand what I'm
True
saying?
indeed.
Cake
True indeed.
gonna have some things that are cut. So if you want high quality, the same quantity, you're going to have to pay way more. Not just a little more, way more.
And we just ran into this yesterday. We went shopping. We had to go take care of some stuff for the house. You know,
You did.
we were laughing and we were talking about what we call them struggle meals and what people thought they could, used to be considered scraps at the butcher. At the market, they are pricing the scraps for sale.
Yeah.
Pricing the scraps at sale. Chicken wings used to cost nothing. Now they're one of the most expensive things in the market.
Yes, it is. It is actually the most expensively marked food. I
And
don't
we
know
just talking about
how many of you all have gone to the Chinese restaurant. And I'm gonna tell you, the Chinese people know how to charge the hell out of y'all.
Yeah.
I personally think that people need to stop buying Chinese chicken wings so that the price goes down.
particularly if you can make them yourself.
I'm just saying, y'all.
Shout out to my daughter. Yay!
Look, stop. Look, the bottom line is what we're saying is you got to become aware of what's going on and get ahead of it. And you all are aware of it. We are very aware of it. Where is the conversation happening in your life for how to do that? What steps to take? How to make it happen so it's a part of your reality? How would you like to wake up and not worry and really not have to worry about whether you're ready for this shift that's happening that you can already feel? That's the goal, guys. The goal is to be at ease when you go to sleep, not worry about the world you wake up to because you took care of it. That's what we're talking about, handling that business. And the only way to do it, and I know it's like a bad word, financial literacy. You need a new one. We have digital financial literacy that we put together so that people can start taking control of this new economy from a position that they have control. Because right now, your banks don't give you control. The dollar itself doesn't give you control. You got dollars in your pocket, dollars in your bank account, and already you have wealthy people going, get your money out of banks, get your money out of banks, where the hell do they want you to go? Where do they want you to go? Right?
Are we going back to the mattresses?
Talk to me. Get your money out of banks.
The mattress is not happening. It's not a reality.
The fact is that the mattress doesn't matter. Whether it's in a mattress, a bottle, or anything, you can hide it in the ground. It's still going to become toilet paper. It's still going to become less value than toilet paper because of the fact that the dollar is a system that you don't control. Now, once you turn dollars into physical gold and silver, and we teach crypto, silver, gold, and silver, because of the fact that crypto gives you the ability to grow your small finances and get that physical gold and silver. When my people, look, ITM trading, not big on crypto. Lynette Zhang, which we shared with you some of her, not big on crypto. This is because the people that they're talking to have a lot of cash. I'm talking to the folks that are busting their butt on extra overtimes, getting taxed to death, trying to figure out how to get ahead of inflation. I'm talking to folks that are working folks that literally are busting your butt. And you ain't got nothing to fall back on once this reset comes. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the folks that live in the neighborhoods and the communities like I do around the world. That's why we on YouTube and we're streaming out around the world. You have an opportunity. Don't lose it because you got scared or you listened to the wrong one. And don't listen to me. You have to take in information, then go confirm it. That's why we say, don't believe a word we say. This is not a joke. We're not making light. We're telling you the truth. The way we get to where we got to is because we took in more enough information and we got facts on how it worked so we can make better decisions. Know what happened? We created enough decision making that we could create a program for others to some shoes to walk in. Now, while we're not celebrities and we ain't got and I tell people, anybody wonder why Jay-Z decided to put together a Bitcoin boot camp in his neighborhood? Because Jay-Z knows I can't give him money, but I can give him an opportunity for those who are willing to listen. Only those who are willing to listen.
That's the conversation.
2 years before Jay-Z came on the scene. We didn't just make it for one project. We made it for all projects. The question is who are we? How are we talking to each other, and where we getting our information from? If you wait for Jay-Z and them wealthy people to come in and save you, you can't wait for them to starve. You're gonna let them starve you because your bottom line is waiting on the wrong ones. I'll let you know right now, I am not living the life that anybody else has pictured. I'm living the life I created. I get up in the morning and I set my schedule, my account, my all of that stuff. That's me. Nobody else gets to create Ruby's life but her, including Mr. Thomas. I love this man to death, but he don't get to set it. Ladies, I need y'all to hear me. If you think you handling the bag and you don't have things like precious metals, I'm not talking about jewelry. I'm talking about precious metals. Gold, silver, real jewels that are transferable into accounts. You don't understand what trusts are. Then my ladies, you are actually fooling yourself, and you're wasting your time, because when this reset happens, everything you think you have is gone. My brothers, go ahead.
No, I gotta talk to the guys, because see, this is the reality of things. All my brothers who are out there running that 9 to 5, trying to make ends meet, saying there's more there's more months than money. You too, my dude, can make this happen. One of the things that we talk about at P2G Networks is pay yourself first.
Yep.
And the key to it all is doing that, because guess what? All those other bills that you got are always going to be there. They're not going anywhere. But when I'm telling you this, if you want to really take care of your household and be, quote unquote, the man in your household, you need to have a gold and silver crypto plan, crypto gold silver plan that actually allows you to scale up. Some of you guys remember back in the days when I was doing this gold thing, I was saying get a gram at a time, get a gram at a time. There's a reason why I said that.
Get a gram at a time, because that'll build.
Get a gram at a time. Still doing a gram at a time.
It's called stacking.
And I don't want you guys to think it's too late because you didn't get started.
Nope.
The price is just different, and you just got to commit to it and make that part of your savings plan as a choice.
Right. You got to stop with the extras. Most of y'all don't get. Most of y'all living on extras. That's why we was, I was telling my family, we showing them the struggle meals. My daughter was like, "What?
Roll them wheels, dude."
Child, let me tell you something. Them scraps used to keep not just us alive, but we were the most healthy when we used to have these little struggle meals. Y'all eating all this lavish food and eating out in the whole nine. How many of y'all are building meals off of things like renderings? How many of y'all understand that you don't need a whole bunch of meat to make the pot, give the pot protein, vitamins, and minerals that you absolutely need? But you know what they call that? That's soul people food. Guess what they call it? They call it soul food, and they put a higher price on it.
Yes, they do.
That's the food that kept us not only alive, but thriving, the strongest we ever been. We weren't cancer patients back then. We didn't have heart failure till they started modifying stuff. Guess what? All that natural stuff y'all running from, it's all this stuff. Look, I ain't telling y'all start eating canned food, because that's crazy. Go ahead, girl. Say that one more time.
I was just saying, you are what you eat, literally. Like,
that's Miss Shelby.
The big farm is not, they don't create cures, they create customers.
Yes.
Holistic natural remedies and minerals and herbs, that is literally, like, depending on what you eat, like, food is the natural healer. Like, you can prevent diseases, you can maybe not cure all of them, depending on how far it's gotten, but you can most definitely at least learn to, your body will learn to cope with it.
Right.
Fasting is one of the main things that we also should do way more often. Our ancestors did not eat 3 times a day. What that does is it bogs you down, it slows you down, and it makes you easier to control from the quote unquote elite or whatever they want to call themselves. And sorry that I got disconnected. My phone did a system update.
It's all right. Now you back.
Go ahead, girl. Preach. You can.
And she fresh. Go ahead, Al.
Just, Shelby, you are right on track. More proud to you. Gratitude.
Literally your miracle medicine.
That's right.
It'll kill you or it'll
cure you. That's right. We got a bubble. Let's pop it. Look, I'm letting y'all know we got a whole show today. Miss Shelby is on. She's on stereo and she's co-hosting today. Mr. Thomas and I in the video. We're in the video visual today. look, this is family conversation. Come sit your tail at the table and don't forget to be heard. Text in, let us know what's going on. Because right now we are coming up with resolutions. We're not just coming up with a get this, get that plan. It's a how to, what to do with, how to apply, how to move forward, and how to scale and build. This is about long-term legacy. This is not about, getting something for your pocket. How much do you need? What do you need to do? Y'all need to get that built for what is it? You're muted, honey.
It's called the Built to Endure packet.
It's
Built to Endure.
You were just, I forgot what word you just used.
What happened?
Let my
legacy?
workers come back and I'll be back in a second.
All right, no problem. But at the same time, let me explain that Built to Endure report is great information. If you to find out that you feeling like, look, I don't do this, I'm not on that level. Like I said, we start ground level here. That ITM trading is a great resource for that. If you don't have those resources that they're talking about at that level, doesn't mean you can't start and get going and handle it. Protect your family too. Because, and people go, well, I ain't got no kids. I love all these singles ain't having no damn kids. Well, what about you? You ain't got no kids.
If you got fur babies, you got kids.
Even if you don't have, come on, baby, everybody got fur babies. The bottom line is, even if you don't, you have to remember, you must go on.
Yes,
How you gonna be out here living? Most of some of y'all don't realize that it is in your best interest to connect with groups of people and live as a family unit and build a plan out of that. Most of y'all have so many issues with your relatives that y'all family line ain't even gonna thrive. It's time to get over the emotional nonsense and start realizing you're gonna dead yourself. Not them. You're gonna dead yourself, all of that mentality. We gotta get up from under all of this trauma drama. I'm tired of hearing kids talk about depression. Depression? We ain't heard about depression since the Great Depression. Now all of our young people, these last couple of generations, are calling themselves depressed. Why? Because we introduced time of depressed. We introduced the conversation. So now what do you think happens? Depressive behavior.
You allowed needing. You made kids feel needy instead of making the kids feel wanted. You made them feel needy. They need to go. They need this attention so they can have something to talk about. When we were growing up, we didn't have need. We fell down. Guess what? We get up. Parents would get up off the floor. Let's go. Next thing.
Simple stuff.
You fell. Big deal. The world is not over.
Teaching that falling down is a part of life. You get back up. Not only that, and I think what happens is that they're not useful. They're not being taught they are useful. They're being told, and this is the thing, our generation had no choice. If we wanted something, we had to go get it.
That's right.
Mom and dad was like, y'all ever gone to the store with your mama and the first thing she said, you don't want nothing?
Don't touch nothing.
Don't touch nothing. You don't want nothing. You ain't getting nothing. And don't ask me for nothing. Because mom already knew I am the one who runs this game. The only thing with all of that is it gave us, people don't realize, it gave us an idea of what we wanted to shoot for ourselves to get. I'll tell you right now, my mom told me, she said, girl, I used to ask her, Mommy, do we get allowance? She said, what the hell is allowance? The allowance, I will allow you to leave the house.
I'll allow you to have a place to lay your head down.
I allow you to eat dinner. And dinner was what she said it was because she planned our meal. It wasn't what you want. Now, this is something I'm guilty of after a while of time. I'm guilty of it. I became one of those parents that gave my kids a choice what you want to eat. Screw that. Now, I am not here to be your concierge, maid, and personal staff. Taught these chicks how to cook, and guess what they did? they cooked. They want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
They learn how to cook. They learn how to clean. They learn how to take care and make choices. My daughter is a hell of a chef when it comes to cooking. She loves to learn new stuff on TV. I'd be amazed at the stuff that she creates. And I'm gonna be really honest. It's healthier than what I naturally. My choices are not as healthy as my daughter's, which is crazy because I raised her. But she wants something better, so she introduces her mom and her dad to it. Look, I'm just saying, family units right now need to come together, and everybody's got to function at their top for y'all to get ahead. But do you have a family plan? Do you all have family trust? Do you, not that you have a trust in your family? My question is, are you running a family trust? Because I know people, I know we got to trust. What part of that trust do you know about? Do you know how it works?
Where are you in it? What is your responsibility in it?
Because you're a beneficiary? Or you person that you just waiting for stuff to be given to you or decided what happens to you, what you get down the road? Because most people don't even know what that is. They think they need a lot of money. We need to have new conversations. You're very welcome. We need to have new conversations. That's what I'm talking about. We got to have these new conversations now. You got to come into spaces where people are talking about this and putting it down. I don't charge y'all for Wednesday night conversation. I tell you, come on Wednesday nights, go to the website, join the Wednesday night community meetup. It's our action meeting to take action on new information. Because if you didn't know it, now you do. What you going to do? What can you do now is the question. That's all we need to stay. We need to stay in. What can I do now? New information. Now I'm doing something. What's next?
Every day you got to have when there's a trust in play, there's something that's got to be done. The trust got to be managed. There's got to be conversations. There's got to be meetings. There's got to be a plan for what you're going to make happen in this trust, because trusts are living entities, whether you know it or not. We're not going to go deep into it. It's a living entity that you have to work. So if you think you're going to sit there and wait for somebody to die and you get a piece, you can't. But eventually trust is going to disappear if no one's working it. It's right. Like anything else. If you don't work it, it don't work.
Yep. Before we move forward, I want to make sure we give everybody some love. Like we said, we asked y'all to interact. I'm going to pop a bubble first. Okay, baby? Let's get this bubble pop.
Go ahead.
I can get in today.
Hi, baby. I know, right?
I'm really thinking about cussing that motherfucker out. Anyway, Miss Riley, how you doing? Celestial, how are you? What's happening, boy? And you've been quiet.
I know.
I hope everybody's good.
That's my boo. So I got some booze up in the house. Yeah. D Karma, we got Brother Black Casper. Brother, who you got a beef with? Oh, Lord. Tell you right now, don't be beefing over here. We ain't doing nothing but good stuff. Got that good energy going. Why? Because it's amazing. It's the Pay It Forward Friday. What we hope is that you have received something that you can move on. The action you want to take, join us. Come to a real conversation, because too many of us stay in these boxes and we all here flipping, looking for something. Stop looking and come into the conversation. See what's going down. How many people are inviting you all to come and actually have this discussion? No, I'm not inviting you to an on-board meeting. That's not what we're doing. And I'm just letting y'all know right now, I don't do multi-level marketing myself. I have friends and I'm gonna have folks that do that are around me, and they're really good at that. I'm not. And I let them know, yo, I got your back. Some of them got some stuff that I use. That's awesome. But you got to be in a community. P2G is a network of networks. P2G is pennies to gold networks. We actually teach digital financial literacy. We teach you to understand the economy, the world you live in, and how to move it, how to move in it. We show you where to get access, because that's what's missing in our community. That the powers that be used to hold this back until technology age came, information. Then everything had to be open. And oh, dad, some of them are reading. Oh, and they telling others to read. Some of them are watching it. Some of them are putting it out there. Dad, we got to move the game again. And every time they move it, we keep up. And every time it moves, we got our communities in a conversation around that. Some of us move too fast and we're not really good at educating, which is why P2G was created, to make sure that you all get the foundation so y'all can slide into those advanced conversations with new information, like a new foundation of understanding. Because sometimes people move too fast. Sometimes they talk too quick. The class go too fast and you didn't quite catch up, and now you feel like that buyer's remorse. I didn't really get anything. Don't worry. We're the slowed down conversation, help you understand where you fall in. See how this applies to the life you live. Some of y'all think a certain way. Some of y'all, everybody don't learn the same way. That's why P2G was created.
Yep.
It was created as a way for us to all come together in a new conversation. You ask questions. And let me tell you something, my brothers and my sisters. Pride goes before the fall. It is the fall. You want to put your pride aside and say, I don't know. I want to know. I want these things. You're going to have to say, look, bottom line, Miss Ruby, straight up, this is my real situation. Because too many people, and I got to say, I'm not going to put them out there, but I got to say kudos to the one that reached out to me and is always in contact with me. He's like letting me know what his situation is. He's going through something. I know that brother's going to come up soon. Because when you don't even know you in the conversation for your movement. Mm-hmm. Some of us think we still repeating the same thing. We really not. When you start talking about it and you start interacting with other people outside your head, you know what happens? You then make moves. You're on your way to something. So I don't hold nobody down, and I don't judge anyone's journey.
We got a good friend that always says, I'm so glad my brain consists of more than just me, because I have other options to go look at. And that's a real thing. When you're in a community, you have more than just your brain at work. So, you don't get stuck in your head. And your head is a very, very dangerous place to be in, because it'll leave you there by yourself. So shout out to all those people out there who believe networks are a real thing that they can take a part of. Some people call them brain trust. Some people call them focus groups. Find yours. Find what fits you. I'm lucky. I got Miss Ruby. She's definitely one of my head cases, and allows me to think.
Great, thank you. I'm a head case, y'all. I'm a piece of work. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I am a kind of a piece of work. One of the things is I do not tolerate small behavior. I don't tolerate your small-mindedness for yourself. I won't let you do it, and I won't do it. I've always believed, my husband, I tell you right now, my husband will tell you, I am not easy on men. I'm probably worse than most male coaches. Why? Because I will never let you look down and keep your head down in the world that was built for you. And I'm not talking about black men. I ain't talking about white men. I'm talking about men, my brothers on this planet. The ones that have the same DNA structure and setup.
They all get the same fire.
One of y'all. I grew up a tomboy, a tom girl. All right. I grew up around the foolishness of men who trust me with the nonsense they be doing. And a lot of them, I let them know, step up, because you doing the wrong, you on the bottom rung of what you are capable of being. My brothers, a lot of y'all will let some woman talk you down when the real voice is yours. The real voice yours holding you back is yours. It's not someone else. It's not even her words in your head. It's what you say to you. That's why I said pride does not run this game. Pride will not play this game well for you.
Nope.
So put the pride down, ask questions, look for people who are doing what you're doing, and say, hey, I'm interested in that information. Other thing is, there are no free rides. So stop the bull. I'm tired of everybody wanting something for free. That's not how this wealthy life, and I'm not talking about money wealth, I'm talking about wealth. See, y'all have been conditioned to look for money as a sign of wealth. It is not the sign.
Wealth is the mindset. It's a mindset. Come on with it.
It's the conversation. Can you think yourself out of every situation in a way that puts you at a better place? Do you have strategies for the things that come at you, or do you just have stress? Too many of us are living in a personally created state of stress. Get that word out your vocabulary, because it's creating your life. There's new things that you want to start looking at. We out here in a new conversation. There's a reason we say grand rising, because there ain't another damn thing good about morning. People go, oh, it's a play on words. Yes, and it's your mind. Your mind gets managed by words and sound. So be careful what you put into it. Yes, and tell me, I already know you're about to come off a mic.
Good day.
You know what I'm saying? Your mind, listen.
Yes. Words are magic, and misuse the words is black magic.
That's right.
It is only bound. It only binds you if you choose to believe it. So whatever they say, your mama, your daddy, your grandma, whoever, husband, wife, it only affects you and binds you if you believe it. So it's nobody's voice in your head but your own beliefs of what somebody may have said.
So I need us all to recognize you've been powerful since day one. All of this stuff that we've been teaching has been already available. The thing is there was something in your head you kept holding on as belief, putting into action. You said you took in some information that you made your new system of belief. What do you want to believe? What is that actual thing that you would like to think of yourself? We want to help you all shift out of it. Mindset is the first thing, as our first portion of our class. Most of y'all have the same. Ms. Ruby, I can't save money. Yes, you can. You spend it. Yes, you can. You can give it to the government easy and free. You give it to people before they give. When they give you give somebody a 20, you gave them a portion of that 20 already, and not just what you bought, not just the item. You gave them the taxes and the fees that went along with it, and you didn't even blink an eye. I need y'all to realize you've always had the capability of savings. You just didn't have the willingness. You're gonna have to will yourself into the things you want and remove the things that are not for you. I don't care if it's a woman, if it's a job, It's a place to live in. You are going to have to speak yourself today where you believe yourself to be tomorrow. I'm a millionaire living in a skyscraper. I'm sorry, not a skyscraper, because I don't want to live that high up. I love it. I've been high in my life. I actually just want to live. I've been wanting to live. So I live on a single level. I live on a single level in an open space in a state of my choosing. Not where I had to go, not somewhere it's like a tumbleweed that I ended up being, seeing what could happen, but somewhere I chose to live because of information I got and my interest. How many of y'all do things because of your interest? How many of you leave your house at any point? And I know not to go to work, not to go to school, not to go to work at school, not to go to the doctor, not to go to appointments, but stuff you plan. Like a tourist in your own town. Just doing things.
We don't tour our own city because half the time you're so busy caught up doing.
I live in New York.
You have to do.
I told people I can't do stuff because I live here. It costs too much to live to be acting like a tourist. Then I discovered, and I can say I'm a shout out right now. I discovered salty coffee. My sister Wanda. I discovered a young lady named Salty Coffee on stereo. And she lived in New York. She lives in New York. And the two of us got together and she showed me that I could live my life however I chose. This is a woman that she gets it in. She has a job. She has a business. You know what I'm saying? She had a podcast. She's still doing stuff in the community. She travels, raises her kids, okay, cares for her family, and even advocates for her community and her job. See, these are the people, these are the level people we interact with. But I had to give her a special shout out because she reminded me that there's so much more. 24 hours in a day is a lot. You are not missing any damn thing. You only miss what you say you do, what you didn't apply. Let me I got bubble pop, baby. Let me do it. Hi, Elder Reezy, how you doing? Hi, baby.
What's happening with it, Miss Ruby?
Hi, baby.
Thomas says, what's happening with y'all? Celestial goddess.
Yes.
What's happening with you, Queen? Reason in the bed of PCI. I'll be to the listener. Black Cat, what's happening? Carmen. What's happening?
That's what's sad.
So I was having this back and forth recently with my brother about accountability.
Come on.
And we found ourselves going back and forth about how the word how accountability is actually
applied
an action word.
Yes.
And I was saying, you know what I'm saying, the accountability needs to be held on the person, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to just yourself.
Yes. Brother, thank you for that. That's a whole nother show. But we're going to
look.
We got to touch on it some today.
Yeah.
Baby, you got the juice, my brother. You got the juice of it. I'm trying to let everybody understand that he just hit on exactly what we've been talking about, accountability. See, we all want to hold out. First of all, most of us don't hold ourselves accountable. That we've come to find that's just human being playing out. Most of us would rather have someone else that we hold accountable for the things we don't want to. A lot of us don't like the feeling. We don't like the feeling. there's a good portion of us that have, and this is where we can say pride goes before the fall, but it also adds to a structure that you see. There's a good portion of us that are highly accountable. And therefore, some of us can run a little bit over the responsibility line, and we'll take on other stuff until we run into a space of regret. A couple of positions about it. He is correct. Accountability is an action word. It's something you have to enact. You have to be accountable. Be. You don't just say it. You don't just tell somebody. You put your word out there and you hold yourself to it. Now, too many people are confused on how this goes because I'm be honest. I took an in-depth training on this particular type of mind work. I took a couple of years of training and I paid for it to be able to get myself in this space of what accountability really is, what it looks like in action, not in conversation, not, oh yeah, I did that. Oh, I didn't do that. That's not accountability. That's blame. And that's not the same thing. I don't think most of us in our community know that. That's blame. And that's not how you move your life. You have to create a word.
Can't move me like blame.
That's right. Blame don't move nothing. Blame is the after effect. Y'all know that, right? Blame is the after effect of lack of accountability. Ta-da! It's a mathematical equation.
Well, see, first of all, you use the word, on top of accountability, you use the word lack thereof. There's a conversation in the fact that there's a lack thereof attached to accountability, because when you say you're going to be accountable to something, there is a whole process that goes into it. It's not just saying, yes, I will. And you alluded to that. Yes, I will. But yes, I will complete this the way it is, the way it's supposed to go, and I will include everyone who needs to know.
Okay,
that's the accountability.
That's one. What about accountability? And I think I understand where you're coming from, brother. Can't just be a me word. It also has to be held. You have to hold people accountable, but you have to tell them. Does that? Y'all know how many people have expectations and they call it accountability, and it's not.
And look,
those aren't the same thing. Expectations and accountability is not the same thing. Most of us don't realize that if you want to hold someone accountable, you got to make something for them to walk into for themselves.
And you got to let them know.
And if they're not, you have to let them go. That is a level of your accountability. I tell my husband all the time, I said, look, I'm going to be really honest. I can't go on your word. I can't have my word rely on your word. Y'all get that? I can't tell someone I'm going to do something or create something if I'm relying on you, because then I'm actually holding myself. He's holding my accountability, and I cannot do that. You can't put it off on somebody else, something that you want in the world. You want this in the world, you want stability, you want safety, you got to do it yourself. Too many of us want, you know what, we got family and we need to come together. Stop it. You need to get it together. You ain't got it together, so we ain't nothing. Nothing is happening. And I want you to get that. It's not about we, it's about the me of it all. It's about taking care of me. You have to be the example in the world you want to see spread. And I tell everybody right now, look, it ain't about lavish settings, because I tell you right now, y'all aren't going to be there when it happens. I'll be there. You have to bring yourself to the conversation. You have to bring yourself to where it's taking place. Okay? Because if you don't, what then?
Yep.
If you're not where things, and you want to bring, oh, let me tell this one, let me tell that one. Y'all can bring them to Breakfast with the Thomases. The conversation is for everybody. But the invitation is for you. Did you show up? Were you there when the information was taken care of? When we was learning how to, when Miss Ruby was showing how wallets work, and when she did this, and when, oh, was you in class? Did you put your little couple of dollars to community to contribute to the community so you could be in here and getting this information? See, because I stopped teaching for free. People stopped showing up for free. You know what? They was getting all the good stuff, learning about the wallets, getting them cryptos and everything. Stuff was changing, and then it kind of got boring. But you know, it got bored because the thing is that yeah, I got some crypto. I said it. Now you don't know what the hell to do with it.
You're holding it in your pocket like money.
You don't know what to do with it. You have assets, you have no clue what to do, and some of those are dying because cryptos are temporary assets. They're not long term. Not all of them. Did you know that? Do you know that these things have to have a use case and you got to be using them? They don't just sit in your pocket so that long term we just sit and hold it. Bitcoin's about the only one with that kind of longevity. But do you know why? You don't know why. I don't teach theory. I teach the facts. Let me show you how it works. There's a guide. There's an instruction book. So like I said, you're welcome to come and see how real this is on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. In the evenings, we come together as a community. It's called the community. Community. It's not engagement. I keep throwing that out there. It's
community economic.
No, it's the community action economic. Community action meeting for equity, economic equity. Blah, that's a lot. But the fact of the matter is, get the link. It's on the website. Go to p2gnetworks.com. It's going across the screen. And I want you guys to keep coming into this conversation because it's only getting deeper. It's becoming more attracted to what's happening in the world in a different way. Mm-hmm. We are not sitting here doing the distraction conversation. We are bringing you into the conversation to empower you. You don't watch the news and think you're going to build. The news we use is the news you can use. I don't want to scare you when there's power to be found in the place.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We have to have these conversations. So I love you all. We've come to our time. I thank you so much for being on this hour with us. You know what I'm saying? I have
powerful.
Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for being with me, babe. I want you all to realize that we are on many different platforms. We have our own website. You're welcome to go to p2gnetworks.com. It's up there. I want you to remember to like and subscribe to both the P2G Networks TV as well as Ruby's Talking Stuff. It just happens to be that we got kicked off for a little while because we made a boo-boo and YouTube was like, no. So fine. We still gonna get this message out. We love you. We need you all in the world to keep building this thing. Okay. So with that, I want to say thank you. And Miss Shelby. No, go ahead, baby.
Oh, well, earlier you were saying something about like how people need to like just believe or like live as if you are where you want to be or where you want to see yourself be. Like, this is the thing. A lot of people throughout life, like, you got to really ask yourself, are your beliefs like really you, or is it those beliefs of people, of those that raised you? Because as children, we get told, you know, that this is what we should believe, or we get told that we are this way, or that we should be this. And like, a lot lot of times, like when I got older, I realized like a lot of the things that I was believing in wasn't really, it wasn't me. It was really what my great grandma, my great grandpa thought I should be, or
Tradition.
what my mom tried to mold me into being. So like, just ask yourself: is your beliefs really yours, or is it just the opinions of those you love and look up to that you just accepted and just tried to make yours? Because a lot of times that's what causes us to mess up a lot in life, is we continue to try to live up to those beliefs that aren't authentic to us, but instead is something that those we love think that we should do.
Exactly. And because
but
they love you.
Like, this is Shelby Gold Empress, and make sure you guys
you can't throw that out there and leave. You can't throw that out there and leave, woman. That was deep. That was deep, girl. She said peace, love, and light. Man, you can't even end with that. You are so correct, sis. That's why we need to have the conversation. The conversation that we talk about on Wednesdays are about you. They're about finding the true you, the one that you create. And sometimes you're going to discover that you didn't create this version of yourself.
Nope.
Or you didn't quite get to finish honing it. If you're reaching out and you're connecting, it's time. That means that this version of you is looking for something new. So come to the conversation Wednesday evening, and we have a special conversation on Sunday night that you are all welcome to. When we were talking about the trust, we do that conversation on Sunday night. Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Get your link on P2G Networks. It's called Status Correction. Yes, we do. We do the benefits and responsibilities, because accountability is in all of it. We love you very much, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Miss Shelby. Hey. All right. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for being on with us.
Wake up and rise up in your eyes. It's breakfast with the timeless, the ultimate prize.
Let's go.
Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday. Okay, pay it forward Friday. We'll season the day. Digital finance underneath.
Are you seriously
serving food that goes to rising and read and get Eastern on P2G TV. Breakfast with the promises.